And welcome back to the Tee Off, an Australian podcast about the awesome sport of disc golf. My name is Paddy Robinson, and this is episode 66. In the booth with me today, I've got Timmy Bowen and Andrew Ferguson. How are you, fellas?
Good, thanks, Paddy. How about you, Fergs?
Fantastic. Thank you, boys.
Yep. Now, I do sound a little bit nasal, all thanks to the big wet on the weekend, so I'm keen to talk about that.
The big snot.
The big snot. Yeah, there's a lot of big wet coming out my nose. But yeah, we've got a big episode lined up, so let's get straight into it. Wanted to do a quick couple of shout-outs first. We did release episode 2 of Talkin' Trilogy since the last episode, and that's been a bit of fun. So jump on there, have a listen, give us some feedback. Dylan and myself just Talkin' Trilogy right up Tim's alley.
You just completely ignore the fact that they own Discmania and Casterpass now too, right?
No, mate, it's
like
still a trilogy. They're the side hustles, like,
mate, I don't know
to
about
make
that.
some cash.
I don't know about that.
And the other thing that has been really huge and just come out is that the Sizzler footage has been released on Gatekeeper Media and Parked Media, which has been pretty good. And
Good feedback as always. We're smashing it, boys. Absolutely smashing it.
Some nice comments there.
And if you haven't got on there yet, make sure you at least just click the thumbs up button. You don't have to watch it to click that button. Just get on there, give it a click, say, yeah, commentary was great, Tim was the best, yep, whatever. Whatever. We won't judge.
But yeah, please make sure that you like and follow those guys as well, like Gatekeeper Media and Parked Media. Like, they're releasing the back half of the footage on Parked Media as well, so trying to get a little bit more traffic going through them, and those boys are working pretty hard. So
comment on the footage as well.
Yeah,
not just the commentary. I mean, it's nice to give those boys a shout out.
Dan Frost hit a bloody car. How is no one talking about that?
Yeah, how did that not get a shout out?
The man hit a car and bounced it back in bounce.
Someone dressed up as a pirate, man.
Oh, I still don't know. I spoke to Leo about that. I still have no clue what was going on there.
I don't think Leo has a clue what was going on there.
It's in good form, young Leo Dykes. All right.
He is. All right, let's get straight into some news.
What's news around the world, around Australia? What's news? What's happened and who's spoken?
The news and tournament recap is brought to you by Disc Golf Warehouse. Use the code TEEOFF at the checkout and snag yourself a cheeky little discount.
All right, strap in, boys, because this recap is going to be my Aussie voice absolutely mincing all these European names. Get
fantastic.
ready. We're going to start off with the Disc Golf Pro Tour Truebank Des Moines Challenge presented by DGA. This one kind of slid under the radar a little bit because quite a few of the big US players were over in Europe. But nevertheless, Anthony Barella claimed his 4th Disc Golf Pro Tour win of the year ahead of Matteo, Gannon Burr and his good mate Adam Hammies.
Yeah, they were battling it out too.
It looked like Hammers to win, actually. He just fell a little short late. He ended up in 4th place, but he was really tied for first for most of that round and a little bit of ebb and flowing, actually.
Good to see AB get a win.
Well, is it? It's his 4th for the year. I'm a bit over him winning, to be honest. He's too bloody good. Throws further than I can possibly imagine.
I'm pretty surprised, 4th Pro Tour win.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude hasn't had one, ever until this year, wasn't
Exactly. And now he's gone on to win 4, and he's joining quite a majestic list of players to win 4 elite events in a season. Listen to these names: Barry Schultz, Ken Climo, Dave Felberg, Paul Macbeth, Eagle McMahon, Ricky Wysocki, and Simon Lizotte. You know all those guys, fellas?
Yeah, I've heard of maybe one or two of them.
Yeah.
So pretty prestigious list. I think we are seeing the emergence of just an absolute dominant force in disc golf.
That's sick.
Yeah.
It only took him 15, 20 years.
That's it.
I can see some stats there, Tim. Tell us about them.
So he went at 94% and 38% C1, C2 putting, and he only had a single bogey. He almost went bogey-free, but he got a bogey in hole 17 in round 3. I also like the stats from Matteo. He's playing some fantastic disc golf at the moment. 100% scramble rate for Matteo, so he's bogey-free, and he hit 36 out of 37 putts and also canned 5 C2s.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
That's just
I tell you what though, Tim, your talk about scramble percentages and stuff has really just ruined the stat for me.
That's it, eh?
You were Barn Valley saying 100% scramble at Barn Valley.
Well, shout out to Blake Nichols here. He made me aware that according to UDisc, the definition of hitting the fairway on a par 3 is landing in C2 or better.
Right.
So
okay.
I'm just thinking back to Barn Valley every time I'm outside of C2.
That's a scramble.
It's a scramble.
Scramble.
I'm the Ricky Wysocki of Barn Valley. My scramble rate's massive. I got to fix that. Surely. I mean, Barwon Valley is all fairway, so I'm giving myself fairway hits.
Would Ricky Wysocki shoot 4 under at Barwon Valley? I don't know.
He probably would. He
probably would.
A lot of wind down there.
Yeah.
If he's from Melbourne, he'd probably shoot 4 over. Now, we've got to get onto FPO side of things. We saw a new FPO winner. The 5th time there's been a new fresh winner on the Disc Golf Pro Tour scene on the FPO side.
Sick.
Emily Weatherman.
Oh, the Weatherman.
Now, I'm going to butcher this. She becomes the quickest Disc Golf Pro Tour event winner in terms of she turned pro and she won her event only 122 days later.
Yeah,
It's
right.
huge. 1,005 average.
That's sick.
And 1,005 average, she actually threw her first ever 1,000 rated round in round 2 and then backed it up with another one in round 3. So...
Wow.
What the hell, Emily? Where the hell have you been?
Where the hell do you get these stats from? That is so specific.
There's a lot of stats.
I tell you, she's probably just been hanging on to that the amateur status.
Yeah.
Do you
She's
reckon?
pretty young. Isn't she only 18?
It's only 18. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
exactly right. That's,
So,
can't
like,
you just let these M's?
Blake Houston is going to be this.
Yeah. Can't they just let the M's?
He was an overnight success.
Yeah. He
I
turned
don't-
pro 3 days ago and
I don't understand why you can't just let them take
the
cash.
kid throws 200 metres. Only just turned pro.
On that note, can you just let them take cash? Seriously. What's the harm? Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a formality.
These are the kids, they need the cash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can imagine
mean-
getting like a grand at 18 years of age.
He's literally
Loaded.
taking it as a gift, like as a voucher. That's
Yeah, no.
still cash.
Oh, mate.
Far out.
If he asked for another flight centre voucher for taking out a win,
Oh, if I'm the TD, I'm just slipping him cash and ticking did not take cash on the
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
Surely. TD's out there, pull your head in. Anyway, next one. So good putting signs from Emily. She won at 80% and 30% C2. And she got the win in front of another young gun, Ali Ezra Midling, Natalie Ryan and Owen Scoggins. So go back and watch Des Moines if you haven't. Definitely worth a watch. Next up, now we're going to get stuck into the European. The Frisbee Golfing, the Finnish national
love it.
disc
So
golf
good.
champions.
I really want a T-shirt with Frisbee.
and it's
golf
one word as well,
on it.
lowercase g.
Yeah.
Love
It's
it.
awesome.
Ugh.
This was taken out by not Timu, but Teemu. Teemu.
Damn it.
The double vowel in the Finnish names doesn't. It just extends the first vowel. That's how it works. So it's like one e, just longer. It's confusing. Anyway, Teemu Talakainen. He actually won in a 2-hole playoff versus a very known quantity in Nicholas Antela. So quite a
out.
good win. Antela actually had a chance to win it on hole 18. He missed an 8-meter putt.
Oh, he's washed up. 8 meters. Nah, he's done.
Mate, it was pretty. He slammed it into the band. So, and you could
I
tell he
didn't-
was
I didn't
rattled
watch a
after that.
second of it.
He was pretty. I went back and watched this. So
Yeah.
shout out if you want to watch it. It's on MDG Media with no commentary. Surely you could slot the tee off commentary in there. Surely. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the Finnish one. Just listening to us butcher names for 45 minutes.
but he looked rattled, Antler, after that. So first hole of the playoff, Antler was out of position. He'd laid up for a par, and Teemu actually chumped a 25-meter putt into like this boulder that was in C1. It was awful, and then he clutched up and hit a 10-meter putt to push hole 1. And then he took out hole 2 with a 105-meter forehand park job for the birdie. So
Sweet.
clutched up.
That's good.
Sweet.
Timu?
Teemu.
Teemu. Okay, right.
Teemu.
So he's not the bloke with the website.
What?
Timu?
What the hell's that? Who are you talking about?
Really?
Timu?
Timu.
Timu.
I'm confused.
It's the website for billionaires, mate.
Yeah, it's like the new Amazon out of China.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good to know. FPO winner was Evelina Salonen, but boys, I've written here in big, bold letters, do not get too excited about a European Open prospects because she missed 19 C1 putts. How do you win a tourney when you miss 19 C1 putts?
Well,
Don't ask me.
let's just skip to the big wet.
Spoilers. So she, even though her C1 putting was at 50% for the tourney, she managed a 5-shot win over Heidi Liner. So that's frisbee golfing.
Should she start laying up? How many of those are 2 and 3 putts? Like,
Oh,
You turn 19 strokes into 8. Yeah, maybe.
far out.
yeah, it was actually only 2 holes that she missed those 19. No, I don't know. That's a good question, Fergie. I'm disappointed I don't have that stat. I should have that stat. You
should.
Now we're moving on to the
Hang
disc-
on. I had a little note here. I did see that the Finnish nationals are for Finnish only. And I thought that was actually pretty cool. Now, what's his name? Proctor was talking about it. They asked him, hey, were you sad that you couldn't play it? And he thought it was really cool that it was Finnish only. I shared that on the socials and thought, hey, Aussies, what do you reckon? Should we do something similar in the Australian Disc Golf Championships, have it as Australian nationals only? And I think we had about at least 20, 25 votes. But it was about 60, 70% as no.
Okay.
We shouldn't. So I thought that was interesting.
Plenty of people out there thought yes, though. So
there were a few yeses. And I'm on the yes train with that.
Okay.
But what do you boys think?
I think once the sport's as big as it is in Finland, when it's as big as that in Australia, then maybe you can kind of have that conversation. But at the moment, it's still so small, so I don't think you can limit the field to what we've got because we're already pretty small field. So
I must admit, I played USADGC, the United States Disc Golf Championships, FAMS, and I got a lot of eyebrows saying like, "What are you doing here? You're Australian, like you're not US."
Okay.
And then I came last or whatever I came, and they were like, "Oh, no,
it's all good.
You're welcome."
Thanks for the cash.
Yeah, that's it. No, look, I don't know. I feel like if someone wants to sign up for that, that's not of that nationality, then good on them.
It'd be good if it was like, the profile was bigger in Australia when we had more players in it, and it was like some sort of qualification for like an Olympic team or even an Australian team. That was you had to whatever you placed in that. I don't know. It was like a qualifier to get into something bigger. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
and then limit it to just Australian, citizens.
You could always give that qualification to the the person of that nationality that finished the best, though.
I think that's what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, like Dylan got invited to President's Cup and stuff, but one of them.
Yeah,
but it still changes the.
I don't. Yeah,
it still changes the dynamic playing with people from other countries and stuff like
absolutely.
that.
And they're at a massive handicap. Like they are leaving, a known country where they're from to go somewhere unknown, and they're out of their comfort zone. They might, in my case, I went from like winter to summer, daylight to nighttime. It was just completely flipping the situation. So, I feel like they're at a handicap. Good on them. They're more than welcome.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Actually, there was one comment on it as well that would like to see some of the majors be like you qualify for Aussie champs, and I actually kind of like that idea too. Like how you place in majors gets you into invitational to Aussie champs.
Yeah.
The qualification for Aussie champs would be like you have to shoot at 800 rated round. Like, what do you think the qualification will be?
Oh, I'm thinking like this is for MPO all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Once it gets bigger, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Top 10 finish in MPO.
I mean, maybe it's and
there'd be 10 people in the division fix.
But maybe it takes the stress off trying to, how like it's a bit of a mad rush trying to get your spot if you really want. And some people have missed out on champs in the past. Maybe if like, all right, well, I performed well during the year and I won the last one, but you missed out on, getting to the champs because you missed for whatever reason you didn't get to sign up. I think it'd be kind of cool to say, hey, like we have some that are invited into it, or you play well during the year, you get invited. You're guaranteed a registration if you want it for champs.
Yeah, right.
That could be kind of cool.
They kind of already do that. They have that ratings cap and whatnot. Just let everyone in if you're asking me. Anyway, let's stop hijacking me recap. We're going to move on to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Croc Hole Open presented by Latitude 64, one of the quintuple company. Paddy, just if you're wondering.
Quintuple. It's a trilogy, mate. It's a trilogy.
What's the equivalent word? Trilogy for quintuple. Quintrilogy? Quintrology?
What are you talking about? Mate, it's the trilogy. Everyone else is just on the side.
Mate, they're going to soon have 6 companies, I reckon.
They're just posing.
What are the 3 again? So it's Latitude,
they can buy Rad if they want.
What's the third one?
West Side, mate.
West Side?
Yeah.
No one throws West Side, mate.
Oh, yeah. No one throws Prodigy either.
Enough said. All right, Disc Golf Pro Tour, Croc Hole Open, presented by Latitude 64. Ricky Wysocki absolutely dominated, 1081 event average, and he had a 5-shot win over Jakub Semerad and a 10-shot win over third place, which was Vino Makala.
Mate, that's solid from Jakub and Vino. That's really impressive. But Ricky, man, dominant.
Oh, that's huge.
Lethal.
From the first round.
So this
Unreal.
Crockle Open's actually the current highest rated course in the world. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the coverage. It looked absolutely no joke. Really, really quite long holes. Lots of sloped greens, so you really had to control your landing angles. And just absolutely picturesque. Like, it just looked like disc golf paradise, except for the fact that the weather was shocking.
Yeah.
So, as always the case.
I mean, it does make me wonder with, like, you know, your Paul Macbeths, your ABs, like, some of those I feel like they've got another gear, but the courses don't let them go to that gear. This is a chance that we actually kind of see that.
Yeah.
And Ricky's like, yeah, he shoots like 1080, which is nuts. But that distance control, shape shot, and having to try and like then think about how you land on a green is insane. Like, and
look
you
at
know,
some of the stats he did it with. He had
highest rated course in the world, and he's
Yeah.
doing that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think the harder the course, the better Ricky plays. To be honest, he's
Yeah.
got one of the highest ceilings. Him and AB, I think,
Yeah.
of getting birdies on hard holes, and Gannon as well.
Yeah.
61% C1 reg for Ricky and 81% C2 reg, which gained him 28 strokes tee to green. They're insane numbers.
Yeah.
FPO, we saw the champ return, Kristen Tata.
Ta-ta.
I couldn't help but get a load of the commentators saying,
mate.
Kristen Tata, Tata, Tata.
Just
Every
like
time.
commentary, the Finnish, like the European commentary, they are so polite.
He was so polite and
was
so
so
emotional. Oh, that's a big roll away.
That's Japanese.
Love it. Manabu slipped into the commentary booth. No, we were loving it though. And Chris and KT put on an absolute clinic. She won by 6 strokes. She actually tied with Silver Saarinen going into round 3. But she looked absolutely unstoppable in the torrential rain. Her putting was what really shone out, I think. 86% C1 and 18% C2, which is pretty elite as far as the FPO standards go.
It's her first comp back as well after her injury. So
We thought she was going to be rusty, but she turned that screw in that last round. And Silver wasn't even playing that bad, but just couldn't keep up with the birdie percentage of KT.
Yeah. She's been smashing the focus, and it's been working.
Full gas, fuck you. Full gas. Now, I want to shout out the FPO layout at Crockhole because it's possibly the best FPO layout that I've ever seen. And I want to play that more than the MPO because it suits my sort of distance game a little bit better. Nice little 90-metre holes. But just really, really treacherous looking slopes and lots of hazards, which is amazing. Like natural water hazards and all that sort of thing. Also want to give a shout out to Silver Lat, KT's partner. He was caddying right up until 30 minutes before his tee time in the rain, holding the brolly, and he still managed a respectable 35th.
yeah,
So
very good.
Shout
I
out to
think I had
Silver.
him in my picks.
Yeah.
Did I?
Did you really?
Oh,
There you go.
is that surprising?
Well, not really. He probably wanted to ride home in the Porsche, but
I was going to say that's his money day.
yeah, that's it. He knows where the breadwinner is. So, boys, that's the international recap. I'm about to say American recap, but that's international recap. And next up, we have the big one, the European Open, the second major of the year. Let's get some tips. I've written down here. I'm taking the 2 previous winners of Crockhole, Ricky and KT.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ricky looked unreal. I couldn't tip it. I wanted to take like an Eagle or even Nicholas Antela, but Ricky's the one that's just shining.
Well, I'm going to jump in now because you just said his name, Nicholas Ansela.
You're taking Nick? Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see him on home soil.
So I really only watched the playoff at Frisbee golfing, and he looked pretty nervy, Fergs, must say.
Oh, well, I think he'll iron those things out. We've seen him win big ones.
All right.
He got his first, Disc Golf Pro Tour this year.
You did, yes.
Yeah, so
Yep.
he'd be right. Yeah.
And he choked at his second one. But what's your what about FPO?
Well, jeez. Okay.
I've got KT.
I
Pick
know
someone
you've
else.
got KT. Let's go. Paige Pierce.
Paige Pierce?
Yeah, okay, I like that.
She knows how
That's
to win.
Dude,
Smoky,
I reckon
but
I could
like
beat
it.
Paige Pierce right now.
Well,
I reckon I could beat her, Fergs.
I like a smoky.
Did you guys see the hat she was rocking around in?
I did not.
No? Oh, yeah, go back and have a look at that.
Paddy, tips.
Who was your MPO?
Nicholas Antela.
Nicholas. All right, I'll take Gannon. And then, geez, FPO.
I don't think Gannon will play well. He's away from his Lego. How's he going to...
Has Missy Gannon come out for it?
That's a good question.
She red Joe?
Yeah, she is there. I'm going to say Missy. Yeah. I'm kind of... Actually, no. I'm going to say Evelina.
I wanted you to say Evelina.
Yeah.
You do realise she lost by 25 shots
Yep.
last year, Paddy.
Yeah.
25 shots.
Evelina. Well, we all just can't come in and take the previous winners, but
25 shots.
the highest
Pat.
raters.
25 shots.
All right. If she
KT
does
won by 16 shots.
she'll
mind
do
you.
better than 25.
Okay. I reckon that's a
20,
safe bet.
23.
I can't remember. Did we talk about the changes on 16?
We haven't yet, and that's the next thing I
good
want
point.
to talk about. What the hell? I was tilted about this all week. So European Open has changed hole 16, which, if you do not know, it's a par 4. If you go OB off the tee, you sort of have to, you're out of position, or if you're out of position off the tee, the second shot is very difficult because you have to carry an OB area and land. It looks like a C2 island, would you say?
In parts, probably.
It's probably 10 meters
maybe.
long with 20,
like
25 meters of width.
I've played
landing
it.
Area.
It's like a
You played it.
I've played it,
peanut shape that you've cut in half.
But it's the bunker hole. We all know it as the bunker hole.
Yeah.
And what bunker means is if you don't make the island, instead of taking your OB penalty shot and playing from when you were last inbounds or going to a drop zone, you actually just re-through. You got no penalty shot. You simply got the one shot stroke for what you just missed. If that was the worst way to possibly explain it. So basically, you just keep re-throwing without the extra OB penalty stroke until you make the island.
Yeah.
And if you don't make the island, you don't progress. And that's the issue. So apparently PDGA has come in and said, no, we don't like this rule. We're getting rid of the bunker rule because every amateur tournament wants to put a bunker rule in and we keep rejecting it. So we're rejecting it at the highest level. And
Interesting.
now there's 2 drop zones. So if you go OB off the tee, you go to drop zone 1, which is 100 metres away from the island. And if you go OB from there, you move to the second drop zone, which is 13.5 metres
What?
from the
Like-
basket.
Oh,
If-
inside the island?
It's above the island.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
putting
putting
back
down.
down at it. So it's a risky death putt. But think about this. The AB took like $1 million last year and it
Yeah.
was the most notorious hole. Like he had the lead, so much pressure. He was out of position. And to be honest, he only took that big number because he refused to lay up.
Exactly.
He could lay up to the front of the island.
It was his fault.
Now, the worst score you're going to get is more or less a bogey.
Yeah.
Go B off the tee, you go to drop zone 1, go AB from there, miss your putt from drop zone number 2, putting in a bogey. You could potentially get a par. You could throw 2 bad drives, hit the putt, get a par. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a bad. I didn't actually realize that the PDGA knocked it back.
Well, there's all conjecture here because I listened. They had Jussi Moresma on the Upshot podcast.
Yeah.
He was the designer of the horse and the hole, and he was biting his tongue the entire way. You could just absolutely tell it was the PDGA.
Whose tongue?
His tongue. Yeah. No. We'll sweep that under the rug, folks. Don't bring up
Sorry, Jussi.
skeletons in the closet.
bad, mate.
Yeah, look, you could tell he wasn't a fan, and it's super disappointing. And there's still a week. Can we fix it? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because if they do this at Worlds, I'm going to cry. I will actually cry, literally
Yeah.
cry.
I need one more bit of clarification.
Okay.
If you're OB on your second, you're putting then from towards the basket, death putt down the hill. If you go OB there, you do get a stroke on that. Yeah,
You would.
You would,
yeah.
yeah.
It plays as normal out of bounds.
And then I guess you'd just you'd have a tap in for, in that case, you've gone, that was your 5th shot.
So it'd be
You'd be
6.
tap in for a 7.
6, 7.
Triple. Yeah.
1, 2. Yeah.
You've had
Yeah,
4
it's a
shots, 3 OBs.
It's a shame. I can understand why they're trying to eliminate some of these other events doing this. Random.
Why?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I just think
if there's precedence and they're, okay.
is there
let them
anything in
do it.
golf like this?
No, you just keep hitting, mate. You go through ball after ball and you just keep hitting. Brody Smith hates this. He wants more OB carries. Because the drop zone, I hate the fact that if you go OB, like the standard in disc golf is to give you like a mid C2 putt that's risky.
Yeah.
That nobody goes for and everybody lays up, and it's just like, I don't know, it's a fun killer. No one wants to have this like janky little elevated putt or whatever you want to call it. We want to have that pressure drive, trying to get inbounds, trying to get over the water, trying to get over the hazard. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very animated about it. It's a debacle.
No, I think it's fair. I saw it come out and I was pretty disappointed
Yeah.
that there was that change because I thought it was unique at the highest level and seeing these dudes crumble. I mean, it's like hole 17 at USDGC.
Spot
That
on.
is not a hard hole. Well, it isn't. It isn't.
And they changed
but-
that one too, right? So after several attempts, you move to a drop zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got PDGA fingers in it as well.
Yeah.
That's shocking. Who is this old grouch that can only throw 40 meters at PDGA that's making this call? That's what I want
Have you
to
seen the board of directors?
Oh,
All of them?
oh, mate.
Anyway.
I bet you he's got his left arm up, his right arm at his hip, and he throws like a 150-gram disc with 45 degrees of hyzer. And it goes a maximum of 40 meters. And then he's like, no, we can't have this. We need to have drop zones.
Crash. Next meeting.
That 15-meter drop zone 2, he probably whips out a 9-speed.
All right, moving on. Bainey watch.
A little bit of Bane watch. So unfortunately, he had a DNF at Crockhole. He hasn't put out anything on the socials, so I can only assume it was just because he was out of the running after 2 rounds and just wanted to get out of that shocking weather because it was pretty nasty in round 3. And he's got European Open up next, so he's got his priorities in order and he'll be turning all the focus over to European. And Paddy, I've slipped in a new segment here. This is in the vein of Talking Trilogy. I've slipped in the Heiser Flight highlight here.
Oh, shit.
Because we've got quite a few Heiser Flight team members that are overseas doing good stuff.
You know what's coming next week. Yeah. the
Ace hole.
the ace hole assembly. I don't know.
I love how you're referring with ace holes.
You started it.
Now, unfortunately, Sarah Lee also DNF'd at Croc Hole. She did put it out on the socials. She went in feeling very unwell and she withdrew right before round 2 to focus on European Open.
So Bainey and Sarah are both DNF'd.
Both DNF'd.
Okay. Wonder if they
the
went to
true,
the pub.
the true Aussie way.
What's going on there? What's going on there?
Yeah, it turns out they had a bad pav before they jumped on the plane. No, it's both of them.
Smashed Pav.
Look, they're over there. They're playing. They're for the big ones. Croc Hole was a bit of an intro, and now they're turning their eyes to European Open.
That's a tough introduction. Welcome. All right.
Next up, Henry Arnold, the young gun out of South Australia. He averaged 9.24 to place 8th out of 57 players in MA2 at the British Columbia Open.
Very solid.
Sick. Nice, Henry.
Saw him get a sneaky eagle on like a 450-foot hole too. So
Yeah,
can
sick.
throw, one to watch. Next up, we have Blake Houston competing in the Junior Worlds and Am Worlds. And he's already taken out second in the MJ18
Sorry,
long
just
drive.
Calling that kid a junior is just wrong.
Yeah,
But go
that's
on.
funny. That's weird.
Go on.
Still 18, mate. So he's competing in MJ18 and he took second in the long drive.
I'm sorry, but if you can drive, you're not a junior.
He's a junior, mate.
17 and under.
Hey, he's in the US. They could drive at 16, mate. It's fine.
Now, check these numbers, right? He threw 189 metres in the long drive competition, which he was disappointed with, as you would be. It's only 189. The winner actually threw 220 metres.
Jeez.
My goodness. If I threw 2 good ones, I'd get that after 2 shots. Maybe. On a good day.
That's wild.
We know why he's really disappointed, though, don't we?
Why is that?
Well, what did Alex Knasten throw?
Oh, yeah.
What was it? What was it? I can't
I
remember.
think he was in the 190s. You are right, Paddy. You are right.
Oh.
Confirmed biggest dog out of WA, Alex Kinniston,
Yep.
AK-47.
Silver for life, Blake.
Now, round 1 of Junior Worlds kicks off tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Blake is actually on the next day feature card coverage on Gatekeeper Media. So, boys,
Yes.
after you've watched the Sizzler, get on the Sizzler, hit the thumbs up, another couple of comments about my commentary, and then you can watch Blake Houston take on...
I'm sorry, how have we not been offered to do commentary on this from Gatekeeper?
Surely.
Aussie on? Aussie
I wonder who
commentary?
they've got. It'll be shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you attack the commentators. No, don't do that. Leave the comments. Keep them friendly.
Let's do a side. Doesn't Simon do his own stream on for Pro Tour?
Yeah.
Let's
all
get
right.
a tee off side stream.
Yes, the tee off, the shaken Blakes. Let's go. All right. That's me. I'm done. That was such a long recap.
Oh my
Sweet.
God, I know. And we've got
Fergie.
4 events to bloody get through. with
29
Australia,
minutes.
so-
Wow,
Jesus.
Tim.
All right, I'll try and be very, very quick. Let's kick it off with the Queensland Open. Played up there in Logan Village Disc Golf Course, the new course there on the golf course. Tournament director was very own Liam Downing. We had him on the show a few weeks ago. And kicking it straight off, MPO, the winner, took it out. A few strokes, Austin D'Alessandro.
Mate, Austin just pulling his finger out in the first round, shooting a 10.44 rated.
Yeah, 49.
opener.
Goodness me.
Like,
What was round 2? Because it probably would have been a bit better than it was because he had a bit of a mare on the last hole, to be honest.
Oh, he shot 57, 981 rated.
Yeah.
So he had a putt from about 8 metres. He just went OB and then on 18 and he whiffed the basket and went OB and then quickly laid up and dropped in like a quad bogey to give Blake, I think, the lead going into the final round.
Well, yeah, Blake shot a 10.35 second rated round. That's
It's a big swing.
pretty solid too.
But Austin clutched up in the final round. He looked on from the get-go.
Just rounding out the top 4 there. Blake Houston, Jay Brady, Zach James. There you go.
Feel free to go to 5th.
No, don't worry about it, Tim. It's
Feel
all
free.
right. No. Our very own Timmy Bowen, he shot, what did you get? 989, 1008 rated in second round. Beautiful.
Yeah, if you don't
961.
mind.
Yeah.
Good showing, mate.
Put 2 of my
That is solid,
good
mate.
soldiers in the dam too. So if anyone's gone swimming out there, would love them back. it was tough playing big wet without my 2 mainstays.
Oh, mate, and you were 1 stroke off like Clayton Beck and Paul Phillips.
I was going to say,
Straight behind
do we
you.
want to go to 6 or no? You've gone to 6.
Nah,
now, so.
cut them out. I actually should have been. I should have been 3rd. I think in my calculations. I had a mare.
That's tight.
I had a mare on hole 14. I chained out for ace, and then I 3-putt from like 6 meters.
Oof.
It was
Oh,
gross.
goodness me.
Oof.
What,
They-
that Ace V2 didn't catch a disc? Sorry
Did
about
not catch the disc.
Now, boys, can I, or are we going to like talk about Queensland Open a little bit after?
We are.
that. Can I just get
All right,
through
let's
who-
go.
who-
No,
who
fair
won?
enough.
All right.
Go,
Shout out the names first.
No
please.
FPO. No FPO.
No FBO.
Okay, fair enough. MP40. Gavin Cowan. Good on you, mate. MA1. Oh, Jesus, smashed it. Brian Clevenger.
Oh, yeah, BJ.
BJ,
absolutely destroyed it.
10
BJ.
strokes.
Yeah. Good for him.
Bagger! No.
How's
No,
he-
I think it's his first
No,
big
no.
win
It
for
was
BJ.
huge.
So absolutely huge. He
And to
put
be
out a
honest-
pretty emotional post. Actually, it's awesome
Yeah,
to see.
good on him,
BJ.
mate.
He's been in
Sick.
playing a long time, that boy, and yeah, that's a huge win.
BJ, I had him in my tips. I had
Did
him
you
in,
really?
in my pick 6, the Aussie pick 6. So good on you, mate.
I tipped-
You're not a bagger.
I tipped
You're an
Atticus.
absolute legend.
And Atticus, welcome to the dead to me list, mate. I'm never putting Atticus in my tips again.
DED. FA1, Liam Manning. MA40, Matt Beard. FA40, Carol Hartley. MA50, Ashley Carter. MA2, Luke Robinson. Had a good strong win there by 7 strokes. FA2 was Michaela Warren. MA3, Jacob. Can I say? Jacob Carvey. Sorry, mate. MA4, Dustin Shorter. FA4, lots of, God, how many bloody divisions? FA4, Jade Harrison. MJ15, Joe Paul. And FJ15, Lily Nicholson Love. There you go. Well done,
Too
guys.
many divisions. Goodness me.
Quite a lot. I want to shout out Joey Paul in MJ15, I think he was. Played the big boy layout. He was the only player in his division, so he said, I'll play the hard layout, and he did very, very well.
Nice.
That's
good
nice.
on
He's
you.
got a choice. That's
Yep.
good on him.
I
All
did
right.
see a funny moment, actually, in the practice round. There's one hole that's got a dam, like, right in front of the pad. And I remember I was chatting to Reese, and Reese Wiz was just like, why is this dam, like, why would you put the pad here? The dam's just absolutely not in play. And little did he know that Joe Paul was like 10 metres to his left looking for a disc out of the dam.
That's pretty funny.
Boys, tell us about the course then. You wanted to talk about it?
Course is fun. I would say there's a couple of holes that maybe need a little bit of work. A couple of holes were amazing. Like, I want to shout out hole 5. Is this crazy good par 4 with like 2 water carries and a pretty tricky gap to hit approaching a basket on a slope. It was just a fantastic hole. That's where I lost my disc I lost 2 discs in that dam and took bogeys both rounds.
Yeah, right.
So but the course, maybe there's a couple of holes that need a lot of work. And boys, the controversy in the MPO discussions chat, which if you don't know, it's a side chat where all us MPO boys can complain because we don't do enough complaining. So we need somewhere else to
Yeah,
air
we
our
do it.
grievances.
We do it privately.
and
Your wife is
publicly.
sick of
And then we
hearing about
filter.
it.
And publicly. I'm sure ADG's listening and they're like, bloody MPO. Anyway, fair to say there was some controversial rulings around the OP. Now, it's a golf course, right? So there's bunkers for golf, big cuts into the earth, but there was no sand in them. And there was also no lines marking the bunkers. So it was very difficult to make a call on whether you were inbounds or out of bounds. Very controversial. The Queensland Club were a bit disappointed. They weren't allowed to do it. The golf course said no. They weren't allowed to mark it with
Do
the
what?
lines, like spray lines on the grass, I guess.
Right.
They
Okay.
could have used string, could have used something else. I know quite a few boys got some pretty fortuitous calls because there was just no way to say what was inbounds or out of bounds.
Yeah, right.
Shocking.
Okay.
Any calls that swung results? in a big way, or I mean, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. It's
I
sort
don't
of
know.
I mean, Timmy's in 5th by...
yeah.
Mate, the only one I landed in for the whole weekend had bloody sand in it. So it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, okay.
But no, that was a little disappointing. And the other thing, I guess, was the cash. And we always complain about the cash in NPO. But like they put out leading up to the event that I've got the post here.
100% payout. Yeah.
100% payout. There was 100% net entry plus an additional 750 cash was the Facebook post. But then obviously that fell through and they edited that post out and they ended up paying out about, I think, like 58% was the rough calculations. We didn't see the actual figures, but it was a little disappointing, the cash, fair to say.
Obviously, when you say 100%, it's 100% minus the event fees.
Yeah, cost of the golf course, cost of the trophies, cost of insurance, all that sort of thing.
Yeah. So obviously that's almost 50%.
So
half.
There was some...
Well, I don't know the exact figures, but how many MPO players were there? You got the list open.
28.
28.
So I came 5th out of 28 and didn't get my entry fee back, basically, which is disappointing.
That's so bad.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think there was I'm not sure whether it's speculation or whether it's been actually confirmed, but I think the golf club actually... it was more on the golf club.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were going to sponsor something, or the fees weren't going to be as much, or they were going to add some cash, or something was offered, and they reneged.
And they reneged on it,
Yeah.
which is disappointing, and kind of left the Queensland club in the lurch a little bit, which was a shame. But look, at the end of the day, the course was bloody fun. There were some highlight holes out there, and that's the kind of course I want as my local. I think.
Yeah,
it was windy as all hell, though.
I tell you what, like. I've had at the Aussie Champs when we organised the food, we had like this big like barbecue place that was going to rock up for every day, and they were guaranteed there was 200 people there. They were guaranteed to sell, and they reneged. And didn't tell us about it. Like devastating from a TD point of view. And I tell you what, if the golf club's done that to them once, don't go back there. Don't support them. Like honestly, like don't have a major there. Like, unless they're like you got it in writing or something, because that is absolute trash. And I'm sure that would have affected other things than just the MPO payout. Which we bang on about it, but that just sucks. That would have been so hard for those boys, and they're trying to do something.
Absolutely, and let's hope that they've now seen what. At a disc golf event can bring. Mm-hmm. There was like 50 people in that event.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't think they've ever probably got that many golfers on the course at any given time. So hopefully they see that and go down the track, okay, well maybe, we can kind of be a bit more lenient with course fees and let you spray some bloody paint in the ground if you want and all that kind of stuff. So
and
it sounds like it was a pretty good event.
I tell you what, if we are speculating at all and anyone from Queensland wants to correct us, please do.
Yep.
Please let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The event still gets big tick of approval from me because I had a bloody good time. Good fun.
But the course looks sick.
Some really good holes. A couple of holes you want to just tweak, but these guys are, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if they played too many events outside of Queensland. So they don't really know exactly what the standards are out there.
Hey,
and they've done a bloody good job. But
they stood up, and I hope that, we sort of talk about it and stuff, but really it's feedback. Just feedback as well. If you're listening to it and you're like, oh, they're saying that, just take the emotion out of it and listen to the actual feedback.
Spot on.
Cool.
We made it constructive. I just sound negative because I'm a negative person.
No. Yeah.
All right. Move on. Next one.
Moving on.
Let's jump in the plane and fly all the way down to Hobart for the 2024 Ian Smith Memorial.
Oh, Ian.
Yes. We had 28 players at the event, and in MPO, we had a little tussle between really, are they pretty much the only MPO players in Hobart at the moment? Seems like it. Ollie, Mundy Castle, and Atticus. Who had a good little tussle, and this time Ollie took it out. Well on you, mate.
Nice.
Ollie,
yes.
Let's go.
MA1, Sam Rubok. He's playing some good golf lately. I like him. MA40, Alex Brindle. That was good for him to have a win. Mm-hmm. Pretty much anything that you see graphic design-wise coming out of Hobart is pretty much Alex. I'm pretty sure. He's a freak. He's awesome. MA50, Chris Hockings. MA2, Nick Marshall. MA3, David Parsons. MA4 was Bradley Smith, and MJ18, Connor Smith.
Nice.
Is there a female disc golfer in Tassie yet? Do they have any, Fergs? Surely,
I don't know. No,
Surely
no.
there is a girl somewhere that doesn't know it yet, but she loves disc golf, and we just need to get a frisbee in her hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Hobart. There'll be plenty.
Well, let's hope. I know they've got a couple of courses getting in the ground soon. I think there's something happening somewhere, Clarence City Council. I can't remember. Anyway, they're a bit more kind of accessible courses than your point meters. So let's hope that like that impact is going to help. I know there's something
That
new.
would be hard rocking up to point meter.
Boys, got to rope the +1s into the sport, please.
Yeah.
They get automatic wins at this stage. Get them in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, it's a
just
fair
something
point.
I've noticed. A few recaps of Tassie events. Haven't seen a female competitor for quite a while. So
Bit of a sausage fest.
work on that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Cool. And that was played at Point Mena, by the way. Of course. Then we move over to WA for the here we go. What are we? 40 minutes? Okay. Ice broken. An reverse story told by Disc Golf Warehouse Australia. There you go. No, it's actually a pretty good name. They played the Mundaring course backwards, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Taking out the MPO division was none other than Alex Kynaston. There you go. And he won that over Finney, and it looks like that Finney was probably leading after that first round, and he's coughed it up. So there you go.
Oh, boy.
Two Aussie team players there. That's good.
Very good. And just behind him was Connor Donnelly and Robert Lehman rounding out the top four. MP40, no FPO divisions there. MP40, Rob Cinquini took out the win there. Great shooting by Rob. That's really good. I think what's the average here? 950, 932 rounds, but really good from Rob. FP40, Susan Summers.
Nice.
MA1, Mark Shepherd. FA1, Signe Trommel. Signa? I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, love. FA40, Tanya Leanne. MA50, JB.
Nice, JB.
The jingle man himself. Good win over Kim Holmes. MA2, Kaner Santos.
Kaner.
MA3, Rain Lamets.
Just call him Winner Santos at this stage, because he does appear at the top of the division a lot.
He's had a two-stroke win over Jake Kaufman. Flying Disc's very own. MA4 was Alex Taylor, and MJ15, Tom Baker.
Nice. Good stuff. Was that on the same day as Queensland? Because there was quite a few quite a few WA players got over to Queensland for Queensland Open, which was good to see.
That was on the 14th, so that's just the weekend gone.
Okay. Yep.
All right, now, boys, we move on to Ballarat, the Big Wet. Now, you both played this one. I'll go through the event results first, and then you can kind of talk about why you didn't win.
She was sloppy, Paddy. I don't know about you. She was extra sloppy.
Yeah.
We had 72 players at the new Mount Xavier course.
Booked
in
out.
Ballarat. Booked out, yeah.
Shout out to Paddy
capacity
Thorpe, who's been out of the scene for a little bit and just thought he could rock up in Rego, but that was not to be.
Sorry, mate. He's been overseas? No.
No, he's just been focusing on Ultimate. Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
got quite a few coaching duties, so fair enough to him.
Ultimate.
Ultimate,
Yeah,
yeah.
lots of money in that
I
one.
say fair enough to him, but idiot.
Yeah.
Focus on the right sport, mate.
He's looking fit though. Tell you what.
He is.
Oh, yeah. Very fit.
He needs some new sunnies though. I don't. He's out there on speed dealer sunnies getting around.
No, nothing wrong with that.
Seriously.
MPO was taken out by the very own Ryan, our very own, I should say, Flying Distal, Brian Hart.
Yes.
What a good win that was. I was
Come from behind win, mind you, because
was he
Leo.
on second car? Oh no, it was all shotgun, but he was starting on the second car, wasn't he?
No, he started.
No.
He made lead card,
Okay,
but
made
it
lead
was
card.
Leo Dykes had quite a comfortable, well, not a comfortable, he had a bit of a lead going down the stretch.
Yeah, like three
Paddy-
going in, and he held that three for a while. Yeah. And I tell you what, Rhino he was sort of up and down. He was hitting some, he was missing some opportunities. And honestly, any one of us could have really, like, the lead changed all the time. I hit some big putts. I had a few chances. Rhino, I think
I hit
it
a few
was-
trees. Yeah.
Yeah,
A couple of trees.
Yeah.
Several trees.
Saw plenty of trees.
Yeah.
Rhino, I think it was like hole 15, which is a massive par 4 down this super tight. There's nothing.
It's so
Like,
bloody tight. Think that hole at Tassie. Hole 4 at
it's
Tassie.
that for 120 metres. Ryan goes 20 metres long off his drive.
It's insane.
And then took a 5. Like,
Rhino, what are you doing, mate?
yeah. Or maybe 6.
Did he keep on throwing the wrong way?
Did he just keep whiffing the basket? on the
Seriously,
putts?
it was incredibly difficult to watch.
Is it putts?
It was putting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it was like a 4 or 5 putt. It was savage.
Rhino, if you're listening, mate, get the Ezra 300 soft PA3s and go full straddle, mate. You'll never look back. You'll never look back.
No, mate, he had his hack lab daggers going.
Oh, that's right. The ones
Yeah.
that they look like Primo plastic, but he's just shiny texter.
Yeah.
He's done his own fake Huck Labs. Real classy.
Yeah. But then he proceeded to, I think that pissed him off, and then he birdied out. And, mate, it was really good to watch. He really clutched up and played really smart and got the win by 1. So
What about Leo, though? He's been in a good position last, I think he had a chance at a couple of comps, Leo. Just hasn't quite got there yet. But
yeah, look, it came down to a little bit of putting. He played okay. He was getting some good breaks, but he capitalised on a lot of them, and he was just playing kind of smart and smooth. So look, it was really good to watch. But as I said, any one of us could have taken it. It was just, even Daz came second.
yeah, Dad smashed it.
Yeah, that's huge.
And he just clutched up for a few putts. So it was really tight. It was really fun. Yeah.
Was Leo wearing his eye patch? Was he a pirate today? Or
No, he was all in purple, actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
So you heard it. Yeah, Ryan Hart, Darren Say-Smith. Good to see him up in MPO.
Yeah.
He's been in MP40, I think, for a few events this year. So, awesome showing by him. Leo Dykes, and then Ryan Deere. He had a pretty...
Good last round.
Yeah,
Big boy.
54. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
No FPO division. MP40, Josh Smith took it out over Chris Hart and Cassie.
Yeah,
who played
Cass
MP40.
jumped into MP40.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was a bit confused, actually. She's playing MP40, and then Huss is playing FA40.
And Ruben Berg's playing MPO. And who was the other one in MPO you just mentioned?
Darren.
Darren. Yeah.
Yeah.
People be shuffling these
They'd be
days.
shuffling. MA1 was taken out by Melbourne's Chris Scott with some. Yeah,
He played quite well.
I'm going back to MA1. After that big wet, mate, people were like, "Oh, you played so clean, Tim." I'm like, "Nah, mate, I was hitting it. Every second shot was a mistake. I scrambled my backside off. They look like pars on the scorecard, but yuck. That was full. I reckon I went full MA3, that comp.
Speaking of MA3, there isn't one, but MA40, or maybe there is. No, MA40 was taken out by Taz Anderson. On your
Nice, Taz.
Got the win over Huss, who came second. Eight in that division. That's a good showing by Huss, stepping up to
solid.
MA40. FA40, Janet Ford Adams won over Michelle Schultz. MA50, Jeff Brunstein got the win. On you, Jeff. MA2, Pen Liu won the division over Andrew Young Jackaway. FA2, Kim Michelle. MA3, there is a division, and there is 10 of them. Chu Tran took out the win. Choo-choo.
I played with Chu in the first round, actually.
Oh,
yeah, he played well.
Yeah, right. And we had then Matthew Harris taking out MA4. So there you go. Good stack field.
Marlon has sent in a question. He wanted us to obviously recap, which we always do, but he wanted some feedback on the course. So may as well, Timmy. Yeah.
I like it. It's good fun. Little bit of... I'd definitely make some tweaks. I think a couple of the par fours maybe need a little bit more work. And a couple of holes a bit more poke and hope. So some of the par threes just literally thrown at a wall of trees. But this is like the first rendition of the course. I'm thinking back to what Inverleigh was when we first played it. And hopefully
Fucking stellar. That's what it was.
It was stellar. But it was very, we obviously refined it, moved a few tees, moved a few baskets.
It's a lot you can do
removed a few
over
trees.
3 or 4 years.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a couple of absolutely sensational holes out there. And
is it hole 2? Is it hole 2 the comp? Did you...
Hole 2 is good.
Yeah, hole 2 is
Little par 3.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. What am I
Down
doing?
Tyler.
3 then, sorry.
3 is a par 4. You might be thinking about hole 4.
Okay, hole 4.
Yeah, hole 4 is good.
Yeah.
So hole 3, for example, hole 3. It's just too short for a par 4. Your tee shot doesn't really matter. Like, I'll say good tee shots, bad tee shots, and you're still looking at a birdie.
Oh, that's when you go out in the uphill.
Yeah. A few ones like that. Yeah. There's also another, like a version of that in the woods where you just throw like a 40% power backhand, maybe a 10% power backhand. Hope you land on the path and have an upshot. But no, it's fun though. The course is bloody fun. Don't get me wrong. Needs more forehands though. It's a lot of backhands.
Okay. No.
I mean that. Laura, back in.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
My advice, Marlon, go and do what you want to do, mate. You're the one doing the work there, so go and design the course that you want to design. I know that people get in your ear a little bit, and they've got advice and blah blah, but don't know, just go and do what you want.
I've been thinking about this a little bit. So we know that like there's a chance that the whole like 80% of the course is going to get sold, but their pine plantation is going to be still available,
except for a massive section which is going to be a golf fairway. Yeah.
A massive section in the pines.
Your par 4 that winds around the path?
Yeah.
That's gone. All the way up there. That's going to be a golf hole, apparently. It's already designed.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It's shit. I know. They're doing as best they can to just...
Let's not project too much, though. What do you think of the course? Marlon wants to know, what's the course like now? What do you guys think?
Well, my whole thing is like, don't be on the golf course. Give that up and go into the pines. And go nuts in there. Make that your own. You've got 5 years. Make that your own. Go nuts. Okay, if one hole gets used, that area is massive and it's going to take a lot of work. But you've got basically free reign there. And anything you kind of do on the golf course is like just filled with, oh, hey, you can't do this, or you can't be near this path, or this path is like OB River and you can't. You have these weird mandos and you can't go there, and it's these long walks, and it's just, it seems like it's too hard to be one with a golf course. At these tournaments, sure, okay, like, they're where you can line it up and do all that, but I reckon if the club want to be serious and actually get a permanent course in there, go hard in the pines. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and put 18 really fun holes in there. Have a really smart, safe loop. Have it accessible. Yeah.
You're not a big fan of the current setup, are you, Paddy?
No. There's a couple of good holes. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. But no, I would not spend any more time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can easily, that it's going to be, where the holes are. You could set up a temporary like 18. They're easy, like they're all very easily accessible. Marlon's got access to the golf carts. He can just go through, and you can set it up. But no, I wouldn't. I don't think it's worth putting your time into like 1 or 2 good holes in that whole actual golf area.
Yeah.
When you have that pine, which is absolutely banging and heaps of elevation and everything in there, and you've got free reign. So why not spend your time in there?
I like the idea of maybe coming out of the forest and having a couple of open
which
holes.
you could totally still do.
I love the balance of Inverleigh.
Yeah.
Inverleigh's got your wooded section and your more open holes. I like that.
I mean, it's such a way away though. Like, I don't know. I reckon they could create their own thing there. A lot easier, a lot free reign, and just yeah.
And that's the good thing. There's a lot of potential, even when things happen down the track and they lose some course. There's still a lot there to use. So
yeah, I mean that area is massive, massive that area. But
Paddy, what are you throwing specifically on that really, really downhill short par 3? How'd you go on that one?
Oh, through everything. I birdied it in the first round with a big putt. Just with a little backhand, and then I was throwing like a forehand just with a harp.
Yeah.
I've
worked out the secret. You just go full send forehand.
Yeah.
Play full pinball. It's good fun.
I saw like quite a few guys like just completely miss the drive.
Yeah.
And it was, mate, that thing was going so far. Well, but it just hits a tree and drops.
It's so downhill. I don't like it. You have to start your disc like above your head and finish below your waist. Like that's the angle to get it nose down.
Yeah.
And no one's doing that. Everyone's like, yeah, I'll aim it down, but they're just throwing like from their hip across their body.
Yeah.
Just throwing it straight 50 meters too high. It's funny to watch.
But yeah. Anyway, it's a super cool place. I'm 100% sold on the location. But yeah, there you go, Marlon. There's our thoughts.
They got to get their Mars bars out of the fridge, though. Not a fan.
Oh, I love a cold Mars bar. Really?
It's cold enough already in Ballarat, mate. Give me a nice room temp. Anyway, let's move on.
One more event on the Aussie tour.
Just quickly as well. The trophies at Big Wet
Big Horn
are the best trophies in disc golf, hands down.
Three Horn Brewing, is that it? Yeah.
The best trophies. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go have a look. They are the sickest trophies you'll ever see.
That's pretty cool.
Nice polished horn of some description.
Yeah, and it's like a cup. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like a Viking
Sounds like
beer horn type thing.
One day
They're
won't.
sick.
When they're on the line, I've sucked. So one day I'll play well in a comp when they're on the line.
Yeah. I will play the big wet every year just to have a chance of winning one of them. Yeah.
Rounding out our Aussie recap is the Drizzler. The Drizzler. 2024 presented by Southside Physio and Capital Brewing Company. 58 players came along to... actually, where was this one? Was it Edison? No. Oh, was it...
Has it been?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, it was on the weekend,
okay.
mate.
Right. Sure.
All right, we'll just get straight to it. Oh, geez, he had a big win. MPO taking out the division. Dan Frost.
Nice.
Oh,
Big
Frosty.
win. Massive win over Wriggles.
16
strokes.
Yeah.
Did you see the reel that he cut together? Can we play that, Paddy? It's on Park Beaters
Parks?
Instagram. Yeah. And the boys, he's cut together some audio from the Parks Clubhouse, which shout out Park Clubhouse. Make sure you go back and watch the episode I was on. Dan Frost has cut together a reel about it. It's bloody funny.
It's hard to go past Austin in that form. It's hard to go past
Clayton Beck,
in that form. It's hard to go past
Reese Wisniewski, Cameron McDonald, Mario Tolberg, Keegan Brady,
in that form.
Jaden Zach withdrew,
I'm going to go Jade after the sizzler. Zach's in great form.
Clayton's in good form, and Austin's fading disco.
Yeah, let's see Austin take one down.
I'm on Frosty. I'm on Frosty, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
You bring some of that Jindy power.
Yeah, right.
Dan Frost, pull your finger out. Rigby, mate, pull your finger out.
Whoa.
Just do something.
Frosty, it's up to you to stick it up. It's too, mate.
And Dan Frost, 26. Adam Rigby, 10 down, 1 and 2.
That's quite good work there.
Oh, I like
That is
that.
very good work.
Rate that.
Love the editing work on that one. Yeah, he had a commanding 16 throw win over Adam Rigby, and Reese Wisniewski in third on 8 under, and Clayton Beck, fourth. Good work. MP40 was taken out by Aaron Curtis over Adam Stewart. That must have been a playoff because they both shot +8. MA1, Jeremy Bridger. No PDJ number. 7 under. 9-stroke win. Okay. Who's this little sneaky smoky?
$20, mate. Just buy a membership, please.
Yeah.
Goodness me. MA40, Angelo. Oh, Alphabet, I'm just going to say. Arcdiacono. Okay, it's not that hard.
Alphabet.
It was 5 over. Winning MA40, MA50, Nicholas Hall, MA2, Andrew Irons, FA2, Sarah Moore, MA3, Paul Manley, MA4 was Robert Ryan, and FA4 was Tani Cunningham. There you go.
Lovely.
Shout out to the Drizzler. Now, this hour-long recap. Are we done?
Goodness me.
God, I hope so. No. That was good. Mate, we always digress. So it wasn't an hour long.
It's good to see lots of events happening. It's going to get.
It was
even busier,
58
isn't it?
minutes.
But there's a lot happening in disc golf. And,
Yeah.
we got a bit animated talking about hole 16 at European Open. I'm sorry.
Anyway, we did have a couple of questions sent in. One from Clayton Beck. Big fan of the show, aren't you, Clayton? Good on you. He wanted us to have a think about this. What are the next 3 MPO players, or who are the next 3 MPO players to win a major? What are our thoughts?
I reckon Clayton's fishing for something there after his shout out to the 9-down hot round.
Yeah, right.
Last round at Queensland for Clayton.
All right. Well, we did have to do a little bit of research on this one. So, Timmy, who's yours about these guys who haven't won a major?
So it's who hasn't won.
Who hasn't won?
Yep.
I'm going Dan Frost.
Yeah.
Just it's imminent, Dan Frost.
Yep.
I did notice that his PDGA rating slid a little bit. He's no longer the big dog in Canberra. That's
okay.
Austin once again.
Okay.
But he's 2 ahead of Jade, so I'm going to give Dan Frost my vote.
I think that's pretty solid. My thoughts, David Perry
Yeah, Dave Perry hasn't won one.
Crazy. That's
hasn't
crazy.
won a major.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, he's won a lot of events, at least 9 or 10
Yeah.
events, but not one of the majors. I know he doesn't get around to all of them
Yeah.
that much. He doesn't tour as much as others, but yeah, anyway. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
He's
It's a
going
good
to.
shout. I did not know that he hadn't. He
Yep.
must have podiumed a bunch of times.
Yeah. Heaps. He's
Yeah.
come runner up to me. Heaps. No. He's always up there, always in the mix. I mean, he was barreling towards a Vic Open this year, but just cheeky Dylan from
Got
the
done
chase
late.
card. But yes, anyway, we digress. I thought Ryan Hart as well. Was
Yeah, it's a
one
good
of mine.
shout.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Sorts that putter out, maybe.
Yep.
Until he does that, though, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of
mate,
sketchy.
he's pulling it together.
Yeah.
It's exciting to watch.
My one's still a young'un, but he's been on the scene a little while now, but hasn't nabbed a big one. Alex Kinniston.
Oh, he hasn't won one? Yeah. We looked into it. Blake's won one. Blake won Eruption.
Yeah,
you just rubbing
Blake-
that in.
In
eh?
COVID.
Yeah.
In COVID.
Still a win, mate. Still a win.
No.
Can only beat who's there, mate.
He smashed it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anyone want to say Clayton?
Clayton. Clayton.
Is that why you asked the question? Get your hand off the plate.
Until he gets rid of that dragon out of his bag. No.
I gave him another one.
It's,
actually.
it's dragging him down, hey?
Yeah, it's dragging him down.
Yeah.
It's got Timmy Bowen
Again. Dragon is the plastic. Dragon is the plastic.
yeah, what is
called,
it?
It's called a day.
That makes it even worse.
D-A, Sunday.
The Day Dragons.
Sunday.
No,
There you go.
just day.
Oh,
D-A-E.
Just speaking of that, did anyone catch Eagle McMahon's latest video of his disc
Oh,
release?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? The Wind Is it Wind Dragon? Or is it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Windy Dragon.
All right. What were thoughts? I had a look into the
I didn't
comments.
see it. Didn't see it.
Didn't you?
I get it. I get what he's done.
Yeah.
But it's almost too far.
Yeah.
It's just shit.
I need to see this. So what
You
he's
have
gone
to see it,
The
but I can't
disc is
believe you
called
haven't
the
seen it.
Wind Dragon.
It's like Eagle is a massive fan of anime.
Yeah, it's
massive
it's
fan,
anime
like
related.
Die Hard, and
Yeah.
he's got a Japanese girlfriend. Yeah. Anyway, he's created
Lives and breathes.
lives and breathes. He basically created like a real life like anime kind of edition of this song that he's done on the disc.
Okay,
And it's
cringe.
his like disc release.
Yep, it's cringe. I can
Yeah.
already tell it's cringe.
And it's like hardcore, like adult, like anime style of like everything. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
he peaked with the Rainmaker, and I don't know. It's been downhill since then.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think
He needs some better artistic direction. He needs someone there.
I feel like I really want to film your reaction watching it. I think
please do.
That'll be good on the socials. Yes. Anyway, was there any other MPO players to win a major?
I was trying to think of who are the big dogs that haven't won one. Is there anyone else?
Not that comes to mind really.
Leo Dice is kind of...
I'm liking
he's-
what I'm seeing from Leo. Dice. Even your Ryan Diaz and stuff. I reckon one of them, and your Connor Donnellys could get a bit smoky. Yeah.
You're gonna have to forgive me. SA Open.
Oh, Tim.
Was that major?
I've won
Timmy.
SA Open twice, but I don't think it's been a major.
Yeah, see, but like the field was basically major-esque. Let's be
Oh,
honest. It was pretty close.
Beat Bainey and Paddy. That was enjoyable.
So I mean, Tim Bowen.
always enjoyable.
Tim Bowen.
Yeah, no, mate. I will.
why
I will
would
throw it
his
out to
name
you,
be in the
Timmy.
list?
I would throw it out to you,
I'll
Timmy.
be happy to get
Yeah.
a top 5, fair to say.
Mate, you're getting top fives. You're building.
pretty consistently top
Yeah.
five.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
If it's a nice windy tourney, I'm a decent chance.
Yeah, I
If it's
reckon
not
he-
windy, and if there's a drop of rain, no chance.
Yeah. No, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I like it. All right, moving on. Not Clayton, though. Moving on. Liam Uncle?
Liam Ongle,
Uncle?
LA Disc Golf.
LA, yes.
I only just clicked that LA is not because he's from LA, it's because
Yeah.
his initials. I'm a smart boy.
We claimed that one American follower for so long.
No, that's it.
Thanks for bursting our bubble, Liam. He's asked us, what are the little things that make an event memorable or enjoyable?
Beaten Paddy. Haven't done it. What? Oh, you mean like just actually
Oh,
tournament?
mate, yeah, it's your opinion.
They're the first things. Yeah, just beaten Paddy. And actually, beaten Reese, Beaten Reese Wiz. Shout out to
Reese
Reese
Wiz?
Wiz. Yeah, I mean, this enjoy it. Goes down smooth.
Beating your mates. I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that.
I reckon beating one of the Canberra boys would be good, but I never do it. So, hang
That's a good one too. I like that. Beating
on.
your mates.
Where did Dan finish at Queensland? Maybe I did it. Yeah. Goes down smooth.
Yeah.
All right. What are the little things that make an event more enjoyable or memorable?
It's probably a little bit boring, but like just things running on time.
Yeah.
That seems like
Like a smooth event.
Yeah,
You know, the
just
thing for
smooth.
me,
Like,
the little thing for me is just a gallery hole. Like at Molong, everyone's watching you tee off, even though hole one's a bit, yeah. But like Eruption, that scene around hole 18, everyone
Yeah.
watching you stick one of probably the hardest finishing hole in Australian disc golf is awesome. I love that. Everyone's
Yeah.
just watching you drive, you know. That's what makes it memorable for
I think
me.
that's a good. Yeah, I like that.
Did you say Inverleigh or no? You said Eruption.
Oh, Inverleigh as well. I said Eruption. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Inverleigh, everyone watching at 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The little
I don't know,
things.
what else? I don't know. I mean, if you're an AMS player, maybe having sort of like a cool players pack. I don't know. Maybe that's not a little thing though. I don't know.
Can you name one players pack that you're like, that was memorable? Name one.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can.
What'd you
But
get?
Vic Open players backs, the old ones.
I don't
What'd you
know.
get?
The rain jacket, the foldable rain jacket that had the Vic Open.
A rain jacket. That
yeah.
just gets you moist, does it?
Yeah, wow. It was, but they were unique, like branded items that I thought were really cool.
Ask Bruce,
That
Bruce
is-
McNaughton. I'm pretty sure he still wears his.
I have
Yeah.
a cupboard full of ill-fitting disc golf attire with tournament stamps
Still putting on weight then, mate.
in the wrong places. No,
But-
that
well,
is shocking. That is definitely not. That's no.
Oh mate,
No, thank you.
This is coming off like years of the player pack was a disc, and the Vic Open had a bit of a name to try something a little bit different, and we
Yeah,
brought
first
it out.
to do the cards,
First to do the player cards,
which is
like
people like that.
yeah, people love that.
I look personally. I like and I've said this before. I like a small memento from tourneys, like a pin, a sat, like a little badge, things like that.
Yeah,
I don't
pins
want.
are cool.
I don't
love
want a
pins.
bloody shirt. Definitely don't want a rain jacket that I guarantee you'll never ever wear that ever again.
Yeah,
Yeah, and hats as well. Not a fan. No,
I mean,
thank you.
Probably my best players pack item. It wasn't MA whatever amateur division, but the Scandinavian Open.
Oh, yeah.
First run P2, if you don't mind.
Yeah. That's
mind you, it was just a P2 then. Like, but it was
Yeah.
still first run.
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty sick. I think like really the biggest things that when the little things, like you pay attention to little things, and the little things like someone's clearly put a lot of thought and time, and they're running well, and it is running smooth. Yeah, they're huge.
Scoreboards. Didn't Todd Nowak do a really like big
Yeah,
scoreboard or whatever? Which I don't know. I remember someone talking about that being pretty cool, and I don't know, just making
for
things.
the final, like they walked around in the car and they had the numbers and stuff like that, and there was at the Tournament Central. Yeah, he had that. Like you see at the European Open, that was pretty cool. What else? Enjoyable.
I can't think, like, all the things that stand out for me are none of the extraneous stuff. So players packs, don't really mind. Like other events, side events, are not really my jam. For me, it's what you've done to make the actual competition and the competitive rounds as good as they can be.
Yeah,
So things like Eruption, thinking about, okay, let's just rework the order of our holes so that we finish here and have this memorable stretch of holes to finish. That is just amazing.
yeah, creative and really like when someone has put a lot of thought into the course design.
Spot on. Because
Yeah.
we just played, like, on the flip side, we played Big Wet.
Yeah.
Hole 18 at Big Wet is like everyone birdied it, right? It's just a simple
Yeah,
par
everyone
four.
birdied it. Don't look at me.
But, like, this is a comp where, Ryan had one shot
Yeah.
with one hole to play,
Yeah.
and there was no room for fireworks because the hole was a bit
Yeah.
dreary, a bit easy.
Yeah.
I think actually putting thought into, let's get a gallery around the hole. Let's, if it's coming down the stretch, let's make sure hole 18 is an absolute banger where there can be some score separation and then everyone can watch. That's
Yeah.
what makes it memorable for me.
Can I actually just go back like about 45 minutes? Because I did remember something that I was going to say about Marlon's question,
Okay.
wanting feedback on the course, and it just reminded me then. Go and design something at the course now, which is like a gold level as hard as you can go. That's what I think. Like, because when you guys rock up to a Big Wet to play, you're expecting, a big boy course or whatever, a big girl course.
Oh, it depends.
I had a hard enough time with the little boy course, actually.
But like, I just think don't be because I know he did mention this to me, in person. But like, being a bit confused about the difficulty of the course, because some holes are a bit easy, some holes are a bit harder. But if you just go out there and just go hard, and then work back from there, because don't worry about Mount Xavier being some sort of course where we want people to get into the sport, and it's no, it's not. It's on a golf course. Go big.
You have
go
to
huge,
start. You have to start at
and
the
then
hard
go back.
layout because
Yeah.
you can always add easier tee pads to a hard hole.
Yeah.
You can't make a easy hole harder very easily. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Inverleigh's done it right. Gold's in there, polished, perfect. They've added the red tees, added the white tees in retrospect. So
Yep. Anyway,
Okay.
I digress, but I just popped in.
any other little things? Back to Liam's question though. Any other little things?
Just when I think about memorable or enjoyable, some of the most fun, the majors are sick, and we love doing the majors and the Aussie Opens and the Aussie Champs, all those. But some of the most memorable and enjoyable disc golf events that I've ever been to have been the small little random ones like Tintinara. What's the one up the mountain? Dave Heath.
Mount Borbor.
Mount Borbor. Like when everyone is just kind of isolated in this random little spot, only there to play disc golf. Everyone's kind of staying together. And the shenanigans just come out. That stuff is, they're some of the most memorable and enjoyable events that I've played.
So alcohol, really, is what
well, yeah. And just being it's hard with something because with the big events, we go there to compete. Like we're MPO, we want to compete and win and do all of that. But it's such a drain as well on your body, and you're tired and you're staying in different spots. And to be honest, I kind of go to those and I only see a handful of people, and they're usually the people I travel with, and see the other guys at the events, and then we kind of go and do our own thing after. So it's not a big sort of social fun thing as much. The fun is the competition.
Absolutely.
And that is memorable. But for those little events, if you want to do a big wet and that sort of stuff, those are some of the things I think make it more fun. But yeah, hopefully there's a few things in there, Liam. I mean, we could talk all day about some of the cool things that we've had at tourneys and all that sort of stuff. But
I feel like we do that every second episode.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Good question though. Very good question.
Yeah, great question.
Yes.
Now we've got to move on, Paddy. Got a couple of things on the docket to chat about. First of all, and this is old news now, but we kind of didn't mention it, is the Prodigy player movements.
Yes.
So KJ, gone. Vino Makala, gone.
Yeah.
Tim Bowen, gone.
They introduced me on the Parks Clubhouse as Prodigy's only remaining player. No, look, it's big news. So I heard, and this is a rumour that's been swirling around, KJ was on 25 grand a month with Prodigy.
No.
He was on 25K a month.
Really?
And they had some clauses where, performance related clauses, and he wasn't meeting them, so they had an out, and then they cut ties.
So he's gone to $25 at Innova.
That's the thing. And Innova's picked up both these players. So Innova picked up KJ and Vino mid-season.
Yeah, right.
Which was
It's weird.
It's strange.
Weird the mid-season.
It's very. I mean, this was happening. This was happening in June, and I was just thinking straight away, this is just a financial year decision, business decision. Let's squeak it into last financial year so our books look better for the next financial year.
Yeah.
Businesses do that all the time, and that was what it smacked of for me. It's just let's just get this into this year's budget, pay him out, and get him off the books for next year.
Interesting.
But look, it's. I don't think it really shines too well on Prodigy when you see players leaving.
They seem like they're in a bit of a mess, aren't they?
It did seem that way, and I've heard rumours of Prodigy's maybe looking to sell at some point.
Yeah.
And there's been even rumours further that maybe Innova's going to be the kind of company to purchase them. But
yeah. Hey, if there's any disc golf companies out there looking for extra flashing on their disc, they've got some good molds.
Oh, I reckon House of Disc. We've got this. I don't even want to say it. Is it sextuple? Is that 6? Quintuple?
Don't Google that.
No, Google that. I think I might be wrong.
maybe Stokely Discs might acquire Prodigy.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's
They're
interesting
weird
though.
enough.
And Vino's, everyone's thinking they're connected, but they're quite unrelated, the two departures, because Vino was sponsored by Prodigy Europe, which is a completely different business to Prodigy Discs that sponsored KJ. So I think maybe those two moves were it was just a bit of a coincidence that they both came about at the same time. But
who is it again? He doesn't play anymore. He's retired early.
Sepopayo.
Yeah, it's him and his old man, or
I think so. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
They're
realize
Prodigy Europe.
Yeah. Right. And Prodigy's still massive in Europe. Vino's actually a big loss for them because he is easily the most recognisable player, and he's been the face of their brand for 10 years now. So quite a big loss.
And obviously, was he throwing Prodigy on the weekend, or was he? That was it.
He's in it now, and he got a third placing at Crockhole, so it's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive.
I don't think KJ's done too badly with his new Innova disc, but I don't think he's been too much better than what he has been with Prodigy disc either. But look, it's very interesting. They've obviously got a little bit more budget to play with Prodigy, so it'll be interesting to see if they do go after a player in the off season. But for this season,
who would you go for? Who would they go for?
Youth.
I mean, they've done pretty well getting these young players early. Players like Gannon Burr, Isaac Robinson, Ezra Robinson. I think they've got to free up a bit of cash to save those Robinson boys because they'll be hot commodities on the market, particularly Ezra, who's really playing well this season.
Yeah.
And Isaac, I mean, he hasn't been in the best form, but he's getting good at the right time, and he is a world champ. So,
He's still 1040. Yeah.
Did you just say that? Both those Robinsons
Yeah,
went up,
1041.
they're exactly the same rating.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
Love it.
But yeah, no, look, who would they go after? That's a good question. I think, if you want another good European, maybe Nicholas Antela would be one I'd be looking after.
Oh, that'd be hard to
He'd be hard to
pry
get
him from
Tasmania.
Tasmania,
I
I
still
reckon.
reckon.
Well, they don't
I
have
think
many-
also, I think they're the boys that are ripe for picking. Obviously Gannon just went over to them from Prodigy, but I'd be looking at Nicholas Antela or Kyle Klein. I think those boys are actually very, very good, and they could be marketed a bit more, in my opinion.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyone else that you think would be easy pickings?
I'm thinking more of the Americans, but I mean, there's a lot of Europeans I think that could fit nicely with Prodigy Europe, but the Americans, I don't know. I mean, you could go after, I don't know.
Have they gone too far in the red? No, I don't really.
Wait, in terms of financials?
No,
or
just their brand, the name. They've lost all these guys. They had their issue with Gannon.
their baskets quite a bit.
Yeah.
And kind of almost unfairly, to be honest, because a lot of baskets spit shit out, they do. But for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe it's just the Paul Ulibarri effect that he just.
It'll be a new basket in every week that's on the hate list.
Yeah.
To be honest,
That's going to be
earlier it was the veterans, so
True.
Next it'll be the Rads.
Never. Oh, maybe. No.
No, you're
anyway.
right, though, Paddy. Yeah, I think it's kind of their public image has gone down a little bit, but at the same time, I think they handled the KJ one and the Vino one pretty well. They didn't just kick him out; they obviously facilitated the move to another brand. And
if he was actually on $25,000 a month, that's nuts.
I have that
crazy money.
That's seems to be on pretty good authority.
Yeah,
He was
right.
on $25,000 a month.
Interesting.
And just not really living up to the expectations. I don't think.
He was just, I don't know, $25,000 a month, I'd be.
Yeah.
Vino was kind of on the other Vino said he's
I'd be
getting
DJing as well.
actually on Vino's note. So he reckons he's on a better deal with Innova.
Yeah.
He said now he can eat at the fancy restaurants. So
Macca's.
Taco Bell.
All right.
But
Moving
no,
on, eh?
that's the Prodigy wrap up. Be interested to see if they do sign players or if they do sell. Very curious. Now, last segment for a very long episode. I don't know how we went for so long with no interview, but we managed to do it.
Yeah.
We've got the Jomez Anthem brackets. Now we're on to the next round. So the first matchup, there's only 4 songs left. So these are the cream of the crop. It was 2020's Big Disc Energy up against 2019's New Plastic, which was actually my personal favourite for the win. But 2020 Big Disc Energy won in a landslide victory with 71% of the votes.
Damn.
I
like
think
that.
no coincidence that it was the COVID anthem, 2020 Big Disc Energy. Which one did you like?
Oh, New Plastic.
2019?
All day.
Just bangs
All
that
day.
song.
Yeah,
It bangs.
Fucking slaps.
I agree.
All you
71%
COVID babies.
How many votes wasn't there?
Quite a few. Yeah, in the 20s
Yep.
for Big Disc
Don't
Energy.
see if I vote.
Paddy. Actually, it was quite annoying. Instagram doesn't let me vote on my own poll this time around for some reason. But anyway. So 2020 Big Disc Energy moves on to the final, and the last matchup in the prelim finals is 2018's Crush versus 2021's Moving Day. So, Paddy,
All right.
give us a little bit of a sneak peek.
All right.
2018 Crush, here we go. of build up, but boys,
It's a lot of
it
build
will-
up, isn't it? It was giving me Mute Math vibes, actually.
Math?
Mute Math, yeah. Band out of the US
Oh, yeah?
a few years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Well, let's see how it goes versus 2021's Moving Day.
Ooh, it's a good matchup.
That is a good matchup.
It's a good matchup.
Very
Well
different
selected.
tunes. Gets some strong autumn vibes. I don't know why from Moving Day. Just relax,
Yeah, I feel
kind of
that.
late afternoon,
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah, I don't know.
It sounds like the Klaxon. Have you-
Anyway, keep an eye out on me socials. I'll put the poll up and we'll see which one goes through to take on the big dog 2020's Big Disc Energy.
Now, we do have one more song.
We do have a song.
Now, Tim, it got stuck. This is a shout out. Anyone who played the big wet and you're friends with
That's right. Sorry.
Blake.
Blake Nichols recently shaved the mustache, looking very handsome, I might say.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone listens to Vampire Weekend, they do have a song, which is called One in brackets. Blake's got a new face, and
Yeah.
I don't know how Blake Nichols doesn't roll around with this song as his personal anthem for life.
Yep. So, all right, here's 30 seconds of it.
Blake's got a new face. Blake's got a new face. Blake's got a new face. Blake's got a new face.
I actually never knew that it was those were the lyrics. Blake's got a new face.
Yeah, right.
Mate, it was in my head the entire Big Wet, and yeah,
So-
it's a good tune.
Good one, Blake. Nice shave of the moment.
That's it.
Oh, what? I shaved mine, mate. I didn't get a song. Fucking hell.
Oh, change your name to Blake.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
All right.
Surely that's done for a jam-packed episode, Paddy.
Yeah, that's it. We're tapping out. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram and send in any questions and topics you'd like us to discuss. Until next time, we hope you get out and play some disc golf with your mates.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. I don't know why you're still here. We have to go see our families. Seriously, just go play disc golf.